How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, today is 12/18/2017. And I've been keeping the royal family abreast about Retrograde. Many laughed at me about Retrograde the first of the year. They thought I was talking nonsense. Oh, they got quiet. Ain't nobody laughing. Folks taking it serious, huh? So, it will somewhat end on the 22nd, and then we have a cool down period for roughly about a little over a week. And I want people to be honest and tell me what you've been going through since Retrograde. I told the royal family you can check the video. I'll look in the archives if I can remember to put the link, that it was going to be popping. Oh, it's been popping the last few weeks. All kind of shit been happening. Folks been getting the pimp hand. People, there's been many accidents. Oh yeah, we had some horrific ones up here in the Bay Area, which was quite tragic. All of my computers are acting a bitch. My cell phone seemed to be acting pretty good. And then when I was out and about in my travels and I would listen to people in the stores and at the post office, they was like, my computer is messing up, my cell phone is messing up, it was accident here, this is going on here. My car done broke down. Just problems. Retrograde is real, my real family. And as retrograde tapers down, I'm always on high alert. So I'm like, well, what's going to happen next? Because I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I'm just like everybody else. I'm on the edge of my seat. What else going to happen? All right, I'm chilling yesterday, watching the news. Oh, yeah, the pimp hand came down real strong in Atlanta. And this is what happened in Atlanta. 11-hour outage, power restored to the world's busiest airport. That's a major hub, my royal family. That shut down thousands of people, and they was pissed to the core. And when I was looking at the events, my royal family, I was like, you know what, this country is a soft target. They don't know what to do. So what I did was I waited to the whole thing played itself out, because I could have immediately jumped on it. But as I started doing these videos, some people are so quick to put the story out and then have to put another story on top of a story. Just chill, just wait. There's other stories, there's other things that's going on. And they said it was due to a construction power outage, which caused a fire. I think some underground stuff. That's that happens in the world of construction. I should know. I've been in that field for many years. And so even though they're saying that power has been restored, there's still issues. And you see that one right there? Travel delays. Big time travel delays. Retrograde is not a joke, my royal family. And I appreciate you laughing at me, because it keeps the spotlight on me, because I'm laughing with you. And then shit be happening. But on a serious note, my royal family, this is serious. I pray that people wasn't too greatly affected, and there's children and everything. I do have a compassionate heart. I'm just putting more of a spotlight on Retrograde, so y'all can fully be mindful and aware what this is all about. Now, let's go back over here. The mayor has some few things to say to the folks. Do you know them people didn't speak for over 10 minutes? They were just walking back and forth. So it ain't a long video, about a 10-minute video. Let's hear what he got to say.
This media briefing together to provide essential updates on the power outage that occurred at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport today. First and most importantly, I want to express my sincere apologies to the thousands of passengers whose day has been disrupted in this manner. We certainly understand that the outage has caused frustration and anger, and we are doing everything that we can to get folks back home right away. I want you to know that me and my team have been working diligently with our partners at Georgia Power and other agencies to get the airport back up and running. Our top priority has been safety and security throughout this event, and we're currently conducting a security sweep at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport at this time. There is no evidence to suggest that the fire was caused deliberately. Even so, we're taking this matter extremely seriously and making sure that after this fire event occurred, that the airport is safe and secure to begin operating. So here is what we know right now. On the campus today, one of Georgia Power's 3 substations had a fire. There are 2 substations that power Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, and at about 1:06 p.m., a power outage occurred at the airport. Georgia Power Systems noticed this between 12:30 and 12:45. At that time, our fire units were dispatched and arrived on the scene within 4 minutes. Because of the intensity of the heat, it took approximately 1.5 hours to 2 hours to make sure that the fire was adequately contained. And here's something that everybody at home needs to know. Georgia Power's personnel could not access the tunnels until we made sure that the fire, which was an electrical fire, was completely put out. And because of the types of fumes that came through the tunnel as a result of the fire, we had to take some time before the team from Georgia Power could access the tunnels. And so once they were able to access the tunnels, they were able to go in and make an assessment, which really put that activity at around 3 to 4 o'clock today. They then began to immediately make repairs to get the system up and running, and we have Concourse F up at this time. The remainder of the repair work is being done right now, and we fully anticipate that Hartsfield-Jackson Airport will be fully operational by 12 a.m. Tonight. I have Bentina Terry with me. She is the Senior Vice President for the Northwest Region for Georgia Power. I also have the leader of the airport, Roosevelt Council, who have joined me to discuss what is going on the campus. So right now we're just focusing on the comfort of our passengers, because we know that they have had a very, very long and difficult day. I just spoke with Dan Cathy, who owns the Chick-fil-A company, so we're mobilizing meals for the thousands of passengers who have been stranded. I also received a call from Governor Deal, who has sent 24 state troopers to help coordinate passenger traffic for those passengers who wanted to use MARTA to make it back home. The Clayton County Police Department has also mobilized a unit to help us manage the approximately 30,000 people who were impacted by this situation on our campus. The Federal Aviation Administration will retain normal staffing at the air traffic control tower, so that once all of our systems are up and operational, we can get everyone back on their planes as quickly as possible. The final step in this process will be making sure that after this fire occurred, that our campus is secure. And we need to make sure, out of an abundance of caution, because we do not know why this fire started, that it is not being used as a tool to get people who typically don't have access to our campus onto our campus. So that is what is going as we speak. Obviously, we will finish that process once we have all of the power restored tonight at Hartsfield-Jackson. With that, I'll ask my colleague, Bentina Terry of Georgia Power, to give you a more detailed explanation as to why the redundant system that we do have did not kick in this instance. So I want to be very clear. There have been a number of comments, and I certainly understand the frustration throughout the day. It said that the busiest passenger airport in the world should certainly have a redundant system. The straight answer to that question is that we absolutely do. But because of the intensity of the fire, the switch which accesses the redundant system was damaged, which caused a damage to two systems rather than one. The person to speak to that more intelligently is Bentina Terry, and after that you will hear from Roosevelt Council, and then we will take any questions that you have. Bentina.
Thank you, Mayor Reed. As Mayor Reed mentioned, today at about 12:38 p.m., Georgia Power noticed a fault on its system, and several of the multiple power sources that feed the airport went down. So we noticed outages on our system. After some time, it was determined that there was a fire on our system in the tunnels where our system is in the underground facilities for the airport. That fire caused multiple faults on our system, and those faults affected the multiple power sources that we have for the airport. The airport, as Mayor Reed stated, has a very redundant system, very robust system. After we were able to determine that there had been a fire, that fire had been extinguished, we were able to isolate that part of our system and work on restoring power to our customers. Right now, we don't know the cause of the fire. It will take some time to investigate it. We are more focused at this time on restoring power to the airport so that the customers and the passengers of the airport can get on their way. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So on behalf of the airport, let me just reiterate what the mayor said, that we're deeply sorry for all of the inconveniences that we've actually caused our customers. It's not the way that we do things at Hartsfield-Jackson. But the reason for the events today and our ability to respond very quickly with our partner, Georgia Power, has put us in a position to where we were able to identify the problem and work hard to try to resolve the problem. So the airport and Georgia Power has always worked in conjunction with making sure that the airport is properly powered. We've worked with them on our plans, we've worked with them on our progress in making this airport as strong as possible. And we will continue to work in that relationship. But we will also continue to update
my
the
royal
public
family.
on
They're
where we
saying,
are with what's going on. And
mean no disrespect, my royal family. They're saying the same thing. But what I will do for the royal family, I will put this link here so y'all can read the article and see what's going on. Because some people may live out in that region and may not be aware, because some people is played out on TV. And another thing that I was thinking, and I was saying to the royal family, I was saying, don't make long trips. I have seen this happen so many times, and I've had people come to me so many times to say, what hocus pocus? You know, it's no hocus pocus or nothing that I know. It's just how pretty much all the planets are lined up during that time. But Mercury, the planet Mercury, seems to be the one directly affected. And it's the energy forces that are in a universe. And they say everything goes backwards, but it doesn't. It just slows down. And also, it's not even good to have major operations during retrograde. Usually people who have something ailing them seems to amplify during retrograde. Right now, John McCain just had some more radiation treatment, and he is sick as a dog. I pay attention to these type of things because I was taught this by my father since I was a child. And since he has passed on, I'm more mindful of it. They tell you don't sign contracts during this time. I've had people come to me years later and say, you know what, I signed this, I signed that, this didn't work and everything. And we're going to have another retrograde in about 3 to 4 months, and I'll let y'all know again. And just pass this on to the royal family. Um, that's all. It's nothing to fear. It's more so to be mindful and to expect possibly something to not fully run smoothly. That's basically it. And we have survived it. Sometimes you can use it to your advantage. I know I do. Especially when I want to be greasy and I want to get up under somebody's skin and rent space in their head. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all know I keep it core. I have done that before. We all got that other side where we can be ratchet. But I try my best not to operate on the cray-cray side. I have to be responsible, professional, diplomatic. But anyway, my royal family, I pray that the people that are at the airport will get home safely. Retrograde is still in full effect. Be mindful, my royal family. So, my royal family, render your voice like you always do. I'd be curious to see if anybody noticed any effects. Some people, it don't affect at all. So, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, ashe.